today. From Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Teddy Bridgewater and the Carolina Panthers taking on Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault. And that's Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they enter play here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, it's been all systems go in this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And Scat folks believe that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September, but they're telling everyone that they're going to be there in the end.
Set to kick off.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Fielded in the end zone, and this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Offensively for Carolina, Teddy Bridgewater will be at the controls, the talented quarterback out of Louisville.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
McCaffrey, the ball carrier.
The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 25 carries, 127 yards.
He's having a nice season, and he knows where he ranks in the league. Don't ever let a running back tell you that they don't know that. They do. So what he's doing now is lobbying the offensive coordinator all week long. Hey, how about a few more touches? He's one big game away from maybe leading the league.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Bridgewater. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
31-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Bridgewater flush to his right. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they put him down. Rashawn Gary able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Here we go with the Packer offense, guided by their decorated QB with a long list of Pro Bowls and other accolades next to his name, of course. Aaron Rodgers leading the way.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3 to 1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
They go jet sweep. Washington with it. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 12 yards there and a first down.
Packers.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Now a first down carry by Jones. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Green Bay.
They'll run on first down. It's Jones. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
The tackle by Yetur Gross-Matos. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Panthers.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
Number 46, the ball
decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. This is Jones. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Shotgun now for Rodgers. The quick slant caught. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially to play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have taken the early lead. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run.
Seibert set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. Bridgewater going to lead the Panthers up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
It was Teron Johnson that time who had that play covered from the start.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We're watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
He was brought down.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Now look out. Rodgers lost the football.
The pass. Fumble on the play.
Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a pass hauled in downfield, and they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 20-yard line. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. On 1st down, it's Jones. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Kelly. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Taken down at the 19-yard line. It's
now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Packers 7, Panthers nothing.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Working from the gun, Rodgers. The left side completion to Jones. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before.
Good. Makes the score Packers 10, Panthers nothing.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At their own 20-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep...
And now look at him go. Touchdown, Packers. 72 yards on the punt return. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach, but it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they hit the ball and kick it right to him.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0.
Austin Seibert.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Carolina offense about ready to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Bridgewater from the gun on third down. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. They'll run it with Jones. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
There's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
He sets up the screen to Jones. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And he's taken down inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
They run with Jones on first down, but he'll struggle here just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On second down is Jones.
Jones again, the ball carrier.
That's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running play on first down. And I think myself and probably the fans were saying throw the football in this situation. But he knew what he was doing, called another run, and now they've got 3rd and short. And
he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. On the run, it's Kelly. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage. They're dominating right now on this drive.
And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
The 2-yard line.
Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here. This close, sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. And a second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. But they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Being chased out left. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown.
Touchdown.
From 4 yards out. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. That was quite the call down around the goal line on 4th and goal.
Yeah, they fake the run, pull it out, throw it. And as a defense, I've been in that spot before, and we see it all the time. You almost have to overcommit against the run. You have to almost sell out and say, they're going to run it, go make a play. They got fooled on that one.
Seibert on for the PAT. And the lead is now 24. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it ends with a Packers touchdown.
Austin Seibert set.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. His throw incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He's got Burton here, and he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out, and he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs,
the Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. K1 short. The defensive tackle getting in there for a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now Jones. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. But it's brought in by Washington. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Rodgers now on 1st down. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. Had a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. That catch good for only a couple. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A gain of 28 yards there, and give him a 1st down. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. His throw caught right around the 6. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Jones. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll start by heading up to Foxborough to check out Houston visiting New England. And the Patriots have the lead in the final stages before halftime. Dwayne Haskins has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Cam Newton with a couple of touchdown passes there. Finally, let's get to Silicon Valley. Check on the 49ers at home at Levi Stadium. And it was the visiting LA Rams who get the victory in that one. 9-7 was the final score. And our game has been Aaron Rodgers, who was on target in the first half. His guys are on the road to Blowout City. They lead it big.
So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And this will make it into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
So here are the Packers now to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Kelly. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Love now. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 12 yards there and a 1st down. And, you know, he may not have the franchise tag, but I bet they're relieved to have that deal done, keep him around.
And he's a good guy, a valuable player to them, and they wanted to make sure they had him around. Good team chemistry, always hard to find, and when you've got it, you don't want to let it get away.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Again, it's Kelly. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down. Stopped at the Panthers' 31. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29-yard
line. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd down now, it's Kelly.
Another carry.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Caught on the right side by Jones. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. First and goal, Kelly. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Jordan Jenkins.
Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
All-star offense.
Well, this O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
And they'll try again down here with Kelly. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Working out of the gun. Love. His pass caught at the 4. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 10 yards gets him closer, but now it's 4th and goal. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Seibert able to knock this one through. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked out officially at the 21.
21-yard line.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the 2nd half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep him warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Yeah, boy, and it's tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. 2nd down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big 2nd half.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Throwing is Bridgewater. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, they just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
That's to McCaffrey, complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here's Sam Martin now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Now it's Peterson. 13 yards, the tally on the return there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They'll keep it in the hands of Kelly, and he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
He was tackled.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
On is the punter long here as he sends this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Bridgewater throwing complete here to Moore. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup there. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Bridgewater going to give this to McCaffrey. McCaffrey with a 1st down and more. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he's got this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 40-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. So that'll back him up 5. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Rashawn Gary in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. On the return is Peterson.
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. This is Kelly. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. This is Kelly. Big Derek Brown making the stop.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and when the offensive line is executed well today, to try and get him over 100 yards.
14 yards, good for a Packer first down. They'll run on first down. Kelly, and he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
From the shotgun to give to Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
Ball carrier.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll go again with Kelly. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Ball carrier.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The tackle by Jeremy Chinn.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Here's Ty Long. And now the up man has it. It's a fake. Oh, but he'll be stopped well short of the first down marker, and it's a turnover on downs. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Panthers will get the football back. Bridgewater and the Panthers going to come up here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Zadarius Smith showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. From the gun, Bridgewater. This one into the hands of Burton. And he goes out right around the 39. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
3rd and 8.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. Try to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that will extend this big lead.
Austin Seibert set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers about ready to take over. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Back to it after the pick six. Bridgewater. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. It was Darius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
15 yards and leads to third down.
Bridgewater to throw it. And that's knocked away and incomplete. The first defensive back taken in this year's draft, Darnell Savage there to knock that one away. Fourth down, they're going. Bridgewater. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. And the Panthers turned away on fourth down. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Love now to pass on first down, eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it, and they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Kelly to try to punch it in. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
At the 2-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Kelly, and he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are pouring it on. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. After some early struggles running the ball, they've really picked it up. Early it just seemed like there were no holes there. Now all of a sudden the holes seem to be there. I don't know if that's just my imagination.
And give them credit that they kept their confidence. Because sometimes when you get stuffed big in the running game early, especially for an entire half, it really makes you retreat a little bit, but not this group. They always have the confidence. If they just get their assignments down, they would get in sync with their runners, and off they went.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Bridgewater now. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Open man is Anderson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That third down conversion good for 23.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Rashawn Gary, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
To try again after the sack. Bridgewater. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Got his target, Samuel. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 28. The connection there, Bridgewater to Samuel for a Panther 1st down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Bridgewater again. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. This will be caught just inside the 10. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Flushed out right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while, but when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
On 1st down, it's Kelly. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Kelly. And he'll get this up only to about the 22. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Love. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the 1st. That's a catch of some significance. It's number 631 of his career, and why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Berry.
He was one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar here. He may not have known Raymond Berry, but he goes about his business the same way. Understands how defenses are going to play, understands where the leverage is, and goes away from it to the tune of 631 catches.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Packers, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching.